on solitude. Happy the man whose wish and care a few paternal acres bound, content to breathe his native air in his ground, whose herds with milk, whose fields with bread, whose flocks supply him with attire, whose trees in summer yield him shade, in winter fire. Blessed who can unconditionally find hours, days and years slide softly away, in health of body, peace of mind, quiet by day. Sound sleep by night, study and ease, together mixed, sweet recreation, and innocence which most does please with meditation. Thus let me live, unseen, unknown. Thus unlamented let me die. Steal from the world and not a stone, tell where I lie. Alexander Pope, 1735. So, this is today's poem. Now, I'm sorry I'm all rugged up. We had an absolutely freezing night last night and it's still cold, so. Yeah, it's from the Completed Poetic Works. So, it was published in 1735. Now, you can imagine what the poem is about. It is a preference, for solitude. It's all about solitude. So, the main theme of the poem is that solitude is bliss, and the only true way to be happy is with solitude. Interesting. Very interesting. Because Alexander Pope himself only grew to 4.5 feet tall, was hunchbacked and required daily care. And I wonder if that fed into this love of solitude. I could be wrong, but you never know. He was remembered as the first full-time professional writer. He lived from 1688 to 1744. So this poem is regarded as a Horatian ode. It's in the manner of the 1st century BC Latin poet Horace. And when people talk about this poem, they say the structure consists of quartets or couplets. Sorry, I can't speak today again. That means 4 lines, and it tends to rhyme. So it is interesting, isn't it? I mean, it's all about your human nature. Now, I have to admit, I'm a very social person. I go out all the time. I love meeting people. I've been told I'm a bit of a chatterbox. Yeah, I'm a very social person. But even I recognise all of us, we need times of self-reflection. I think you've got to be able to live with yourself. I'm sure we know people who have to have other people around all the time. And I'm not like that, but I am a very social person. I know that, and people who know me will say that too. So it's interesting, isn't it? Because there are those people who crave solitude, who don't need much human interaction. And there's nothing wrong with that. As I said, we are all different. My best friend, nowhere near as social as me, but we have been friends for years. She accepts me the way I am. I accept the way she is. And this poem, it is an ode. an ode to solitude. And I think it's, well, it does rhyme. But he is very content, isn't he, with this poem? Very content with his solitude. So, yes, very good. He was a very well-known Alexander Pope. He's remembered as the first full-time professional writer because he earned money from subscriptions. He did a lot of satires. He did a lot of work. So he's regarded as a very good one. Mostly self-taught. I had heard of him before. I didn't know he had the physical disabilities that he had. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with the way he looked or anything. But it might have been different back then. You know, I think now, who cares? You know, the mind. Imagine the mind he had. So, yeah, be interesting to see how many of you like solitude. Are you a bubbly, outgoing person, or are you more reserved and you like your own company? And I think, as I've said to you, I think we all at times, we've got to be happy with our own company as well. I think it's that fine balance. But for some people, that is it. That's all they want. They want that solitude, and they really don't want people in their lives much at all. And nothing at all wrong with that. So, yes. Let me know what you think of that one. Did you like that poem? As I said, I don't think I've ever seen a poem about solitude before. But it's interesting, isn't it? Because there's also the ongoing issues with people because of the COVID lockdowns, isn't there? Because there's a lot of mental health issues. Because people were locked down. And here in Melbourne, we had long lockdowns. As I said, we were allowed out 2 hours a day to get exercise. And I used to go out for that whole 2 hours. I know in the first lockdown, even when we were walking, we had to have a mask on. And I did see other people. And when we were out, we made sure we separated. We were both wearing masks, you know, and that sort of thing. So it's interesting, isn't it, that this is a whole ode to solitude, whereas now we've got this ongoing issue with loneliness. And this is the thing too. There's a difference between being alone and being lonely. And the man in this poem, he is not lonely. He's quite content and happy in his solitude. And this comes, as I said, this comes in with the different natures that we have. So let me know. Did you like that poem? I quite liked it. As I said, I'm not... That would send me... No, I couldn't do that. Not all the time. But definitely in little bits. In tiny little bits of solitude are good, I think. But as I said, other people see it differently. We are all different. So, yeah, as I said, let me know. Do you like solitude? Or are you an outgoing person? Do you like company? And yeah, I talk to people wherever I go. I have to admit, I am a very social person. So, yeah. That's it for Wednesday. I am going to keep up with the poetry for a little while because, as I said, if we want poetry to continue, we've got to read it, we've got to talk about it. So this is why I would like your feedback as well, because you've told me, people on YouTube and people outside have told me, no, we don't want poetry to go. Okay, well, this is what we've got to do. We've got to talk about it. And it's good talking about it because poetry in particular, there's all the themes with it. It's not just straight writing. You've got to think about it and what the author actually wants, you know. So I find it interesting. I really do. So hopefully my phone has behaved today. I think my video Monday, my phone was playing up and it wasn't good, so I apologise for that. But that was it. Ode on Solitude, Alexander Pope. Okay, I will see you next time. Bye.